That was not poetry. That was a law, a spiritual law, a mental law, a universal law. And yet most people hear those words and do nothing. They nod, they quote, they move on. But not you. You're here because something inside of you knows that you were not born to be broke. You were not born to struggle. You were not born to fear the first of the month. You were born to create wealth, to attract abundance, to command reality with your mind, your words, your energy. In this video, we will break the chains. We will rewire the mind. We will burn the old beliefs to the ground and rebuild a new blueprint, one aligned with power, purpose, prosperity. You don't get rich by luck. You get rich by law. And today we're invoking it. Welcome to your transformation. Welcome to change the way you think, and you will start attracting money. They told you money comes from work. They told you money comes from time. They told you money comes from who you know, what you studied, or what you inherited. But they never told you the truth. Money flows where the mind is aligned. And until you change the way you think, you will never attract wealth that lasts. Let that hit, because what you believe about money, what you speak about wealth, what you expect from life becomes your financial reality. You are not broke because you're lazy. You are not stuck because you're unlucky. You're not struggling because you're not smart enough. You are stuck because your mind is playing for survival when it was built for abundance. This is the great trap, and most people live their entire lives inside it, never realizing the enemy isn't out there. The enemy is the voice inside that says, I don't deserve more. Money is hard to come by. Rich people are greedy. It's too late for me. Those thoughts, they're not facts. They're programming. And every time you think them, speak them, or feel them, you reinforce the chains that keep wealth away from you. This is why Napoleon Hill said, more gold has been mined from the thoughts of men than has ever been taken from the earth, because the real mine is your mind, and the real treasure is belief. Until you change the way you think, you will repel money, no matter how hard you work. But once you rewire your thoughts, once you speak abundance, once you shift your emotional frequency to match prosperity, the universe opens up, doors swing wide, opportunities multiply, ideas flow, and wealth begins to find you, not through force, but through alignment. So this is the beginning. The moment you stop trying to get rich from the outside in and start attracting wealth from the inside out. In this video, we're going to break every mental chain that's holding you back. We're going to rebuild your inner world with clarity, fire, and purpose. We're going to walk the path that Napoleon Hill carved for millions before you, and by the time this journey ends, you will no longer think the same. And because of that, you will no longer live the same. You don't need to find the secret. You're already using it right now, every day, every second. Your mind is a magnet, and it's already attracting people, situations, and outcomes, whether you realize it or not. The problem, most people are attracting exactly what they don't want because they think and speak exactly what they fear. You say, I can't afford that. I'll never get out of this hole. I'm always broke. I never catch a break. And guess what? Your subconscious listens. The universe responds, and your reality bends to match those thoughts. Not because life is cruel, but because the law of attraction is obedient. Whatever you hold dominant in your mind, you invite into your life. That's not theory. That's the basis of Napoleon Hill's legacy. In Think and Grow Rich, he wrote, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But most people only focus on what they can't believe. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are in thought, in belief, in feeling. So the question is, what are you broadcasting? Every time you wake up and focus on bills, every time you scroll with jealousy, every time you speak lack or feel anxiety when you think about money, you are tuning your frequency to poverty, and energy doesn't lie. It's like a radio. You can't tune into a wealth station while broadcasting on a fear signal. The law of attraction isn't punishing you. It's just responding to your vibrational command. But here's the good news. You can change your signal. You can shift your vibration. You can rewire your mind to magnetize a new life. And it starts by understanding how your internal world creates your external world. Your beliefs filter your awareness. Your awareness controls your actions. Your actions shape your results. So if you want different results, you need different thoughts, dominant thoughts, not random affirmations, not one-off visualizations, but consistent, intentional mental patterns rooted in power, not fear. This is the shift. You are not a beggar. You are a beacon. You don't plead for money, you become a match for it. You don't chase wealth, you magnetize it. By becoming someone who feels rich before the money arrives, speaks rich before the opportunity shows up, acts rich before the external world confirms it. That's not delusion. That's alignment. You are broadcasting to the universe with every word, every thought, every feeling, and the universe is just echoing back your dominant signal. So if you want to start attracting money, you don't wait for something to happen, you change what you're sending out. Because when you start thinking different, you start attracting different. And the moment you master your mental signal, you don't just chase success, you pull it to you. This is where most people miss it. They read the books, they say the affirmations, they visualize wealth for 5 minutes in the morning, but then they go back to feeling broke, talking broke, living like they expect struggle to be permanent, and their subconscious mind, loyal and obedient, says, "Got it, keep delivering lack." Your subconscious mind is the builder of your reality, but it builds exactly what you program it to create. Understand this. Your subconscious never questions you, it never doubts you, it simply accepts what you feed it, especially when emotion is attached. So when you say, "I'll never get ahead, I'm not good with money, it's just not in the cards for me," your subconscious takes that as a blueprint and begins working day and night to make it real. It filters your opportunities, it controls your decisions, it adjusts your perception, it steers your habits, all without your conscious awareness. That's the real battleground, not the world outside you, but the programming running silently beneath your thoughts. Napoleon Hill understood this. That's why he said, any idea, plan, or purpose may be placed in the mind through repetition of thought. That's the key. Your current life is the compound interest of your subconscious programming, and if you want to start attracting money at a higher level, you must rewrite the code. How do you reprogram the subconscious mind for wealth? Let's make it simple. There are 3 pillars. 1, repetition. Your subconscious learns through repetition, not logic. That means one affirmation is useless. One visualization doesn't do it. One inspired moment isn't enough. You must feed your subconscious the same empowered, wealthy, confident, abundant messages over and over again until it becomes your default identity. Repetition is what carved the negative thoughts into your mind in the first place. Repetition is how you carve something new. 2, emotion. Emotion is the glue that locks ideas into the subconscious. You can't just say, "I am rich," like a robot. You must feel it, see it, taste it. Let the idea of wealth take over your nervous system. When you combine repetition with emotion, you supercharge your programming. You're no longer just thinking about wealth, you're becoming the vibration of it. 3, environment. Your environment either reinforces your current beliefs or challenges them. Your subconscious is always recording what you listen to, what you watch, who you spend time with, what your surroundings reflect. If you live in clutter, chaos, and low-frequency energy, your subconscious will assume that's normal, and it will keep creating more of it. But if you surround yourself with vision, order, high-energy people, and wealth signals, your subconscious begins to believe that abundance is your new standard. Speak to your subconscious like it's listening, because it is. Every thought, every word, every image, every emotion, you are hypnotizing yourself daily into wealth or into poverty. It's not about whether you're smart enough, it's about whether you're aligned enough. You don't need permission, you need reprogramming, because the world can only give you what your subconscious mind believes you're worthy of receiving, and when that inner thermostat rises, everything else rises with it. Let's make something clear. Wanting isn't enough. Everyone wants money, everyone wants freedom, everyone wants a better life, but most people are still broke, still stressed, still stuck. Why? Because the universe doesn't respond to wants, it responds to expectations. Let that sink in. You don't attract what you wish for, you attract what you believe is inevitable, and that belief, deep, unshakable, emotional belief, sits underneath expectation. Think about it. If you want to be rich, but you expect to struggle, you'll struggle. If you want more money, but you expect to stay stuck in your job, you'll stay stuck. If you want to build wealth, but you expect disappointment, rejection, and failure, you'll create it over and over again. Your expectation is the instruction you give to the universe, and it's not spoken with words, it's spoken with frequency, with self-image, with action or lack of it. The real question is, what do you expect? Be honest. Not with your fantasy, but with your subconscious baseline. When you picture your bank account a year from now, do you truly expect it to rise, or do you silently brace for it to stay the same? When you walk into a room full of successful people, do you expect to belong, or do you expect to shrink? When you see others win, do you expect your time is coming, or do you feel like theirs came at your expense? That's the truth. That's the frequency the universe is picking up from you. Not what you say when you're trying to be positive, but what you really believe when it's quiet, when it's hard, when no one's watching. And here's the key. Your expectations aren't fate. They're programming, and programming can be changed. How to shift your expectation set point. 1. Rehearse the future until it feels familiar. You can't expect wealth if it feels like a fantasy. Visualize your future self, the one who's already living in wealth. so vividly, so consistently, that your subconscious begins to feel like that version is real, because once your mind accepts it as familiar, it will begin pulling the physical world into alignment. 2. Train your inner dialogue. Catch the small statements. That's too expensive. Must be nice. I could never afford that. I always mess things up. These are commands, and your subconscious is obeying every one of them. Replace them with new powerful instructions. I attract money with ease. My time is coming and I'm ready. Say it until your body believes it. Say it until doubt evaporates. Say it until you walk different. 3. Act like it's already done. Expectation lives in behavior. If you expect wealth, you prepare for it. You move like it's coming. You manage your money now, not when you make it. You create content now, not when you have more time. You say yes to opportunities now, not when it's safe. When you expect it, you behave like it. And when you behave like it, you become it. And when you become it, money becomes the side effect. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop hoping something will change. Stop begging the world to give you more. Change your expectation, and your world will catch up. This is how wealthy people think. They don't hope for abundance. They expect it. They prepare for it. They walk like it's already done, because to them it is done. That's the level you're stepping into now. No more wishing, just alignment. No more hoping, just certainty. No more waiting, just attracting. You now understand that expectation is instruction, but there is a secret amplifier, an emotional lightning rod that multiplies every instruction you send to the universe. That amplifier is gratitude. Most people treat gratitude like a polite afterthought. Thanks for the coffee. Thanks for the birthday wishes. A reflex, a courtesy, nothing more. But the wealthy, those who live in effortless flow, use gratitude as a technology. Because gratitude is not a reaction, it is a frequency. And frequencies do not wait, they broadcast now. 1. Gratitude recodes your reticular activating system. Hidden in your brainstem is a neurological gatekeeper, the RAS. Whatever you constantly notice, it tags as important. It then filters reality, showing you more of it. Complain about bills? The RAS floods your awareness with more bills, more problems, more lack. Celebrate every dollar that arrives, no matter how small. The RAS starts hunting for opportunities to bring in more. Gratitude is the password that recodes the filter from scarcity to abundance. 2. Gratitude supercharges emotion. Remember, the subconscious installs emotion-laden ideas first. Saying I'm rich without feeling is like sending a blank check with no signature. But gratitude makes you feel wealthy before the money lands. And because the subconscious cannot tell imagined emotion from lived emotion, it accepts that wealth is present and begins engineering matching circumstances. 3. Gratitude collapses time. Impatience broadcasts lack. Gratitude broadcasts completion. When you thank life in advance, you announce, I already possess this in the unseen. I'm merely awaiting delivery in the seen. Reality scrambles to prove you right. Daily gratitude protocol. 5 minutes, 3 steps. Present thanks. 60 sec. Eyes closed. Whisper 3 specific things you have now. Roof, lungs, lessons learned. Feel the warmth spread through your chest. Future thanks. 90 sec. Speak gratitude for wealth that has not arrived yet as if it already has. Thank you for the consistent 50K months. Thank you for the effortlessly funded investments. Thank you for the overflow. I joyfully circulate. Let your body tingle with certainty. Transmutation. 90 sec. Visualize that gratitude radiating outward. Golden waves touching clients, partners, strangers. See their lives lift because of your overflow. Anchor the feeling. Riches as service, not just status. I'm grateful for my job, but the pay resets the dial to lack. No comparison. Gratitude is internal. Comparison is external. Noise that drags vibration down. No weekend warriors. Gratitude is a discipline, not a mood. Rain or shine, practice. So from this moment on, gratitude is not optional. It's your wealth engine's ignition switch. Turn it daily, and the engine roars. Neglect it, and the engine stalls. You are no longer waiting to feel rich after the money arrives. You are broadcasting wealth before it shows, and the universe, compelled by law, will match that broadcast with opportunities, ideas, and cash flow that feel miraculous to the untrained but inevitable to you. You've done the inner work. You've shifted your mindset. You've rewired your subconscious. You've elevated your energy and expectation. But if you stop here, if you just sit and wait for the universe to deliver, you'll stay broke in a beautiful vibration. Let's be clear. The law of attraction is not a replacement for action. It's a multiplier of it. Once your mind is aligned, your next move is motion. Not desperate motion, not panicked motion, but bold, clean, purpose-driven action fueled by belief, not fear. Most people act like they're trying to earn money. You're not here to earn it. You're here to magnetize it, move toward it, and step into it. Your actions are how you tell the universe, I'm ready, I believe, let's go. Belief without action is a lie. You can tell yourself, I believe money is coming, but if your feet stay planted, if your mouth stays silent, if your gifts stay hidden, you don't believe. You're hoping, and the universe doesn't pay hope. It pays clarity. It pays execution. It pays those who show up even when it's uncomfortable. So here's the new rule. Move as if the money's already on its way, because when you walk in certainty, doors open, people respond, opportunities activate. You're not forcing it, you're flowing in it. How to take action from alignment, not desperation. Let's break it down. Aligned action is different from frantic action. Here's the shift. 1. Start before you're ready. Waiting for perfection is procrastination in disguise. Wealth responds to momentum, not permission. Post the content, make the call, launch the offer, ask for the raise, create the product. Done beats perfect, always. 2. Follow inspired nudges. That random idea, that urge to DM someone, that thought to revisit an old dream. It's not random. It's the universe whispering instructions. Move. The faster you act on inspiration, the more you receive. It's spiritual reflex training. 3. Detach from outcome. Obsess over process. Let go of needing instant proof. Instead, become addicted to the work itself, the reps, the message, the discipline, the service. That's where wealth hides in consistency. Growth lives just beyond what feels safe. Ask, what would the wealthiest version of me do right now? Then do that, even if it scares you, because the version of you that already has the money, they're bold, they're decisive, they act without waiting for applause. Be them now. Action is not just about doing, it's about declaring, to your body, to your brain, to the world, to the universe, I believe it's mine, and I'm walking like it's already here. That's how you collapse time. That's how you make miracles practical. That's how you stop being a spectator of wealth and become a participant. Now we flip the script one more time, because even with perfect mindset and massive action, you can still sabotage it all with one toxic habit, doubt. It's time to kill the voice that keeps talking you out of your future. Everything you've learned up to this point, the mindset, the vibration, the expectation, the aligned action, none of it can survive if you don't silence the assassin inside your own mind. And that assassin is doubt. Doubt is the destroyer of destinies. Doubt is the thief that whispers in the silence. Doubt is the voice that says, what if it doesn't work? Who do you think you are? You're not ready. People like you don't get rich. And if you let it speak, it will talk you out of everything you were born to build. Because here's the truth. Your doubt and your dream cannot live in the same space. One has to die. And you get to choose which one. Where does doubt come from? It's not always fear of failure. Sometimes it's fear of success. Because success will change you. It will cost you old friends, old habits, old excuses. Doubt shows up when your comfort zone gets nervous. It shows up to protect the old version of you. But guess what? That version has to die for the rich version to rise. 5 weapons to destroy doubt. 1. Evidence over emotion. Doubt is emotional. It's based on old stories and fear loops. But facts don't lie. Keep a victory log. Every win, every time you took action, every time something worked, even a little, review it. Let your brain see. I do follow through. I do grow. I am becoming more. Facts kill fear. 2. Radical environment control. Doubt thrives in toxic spaces. People who complain, mock dreams, or talk about the past. You need an atmosphere where belief is normal. Curate your feed. Curate your friends. Curate your focus. Guard your energy like it's your empire, because it is. 3. Audible affirmation assault. When doubt starts whispering, speak louder. Not just thoughts, spoken words. I am built for this. I was chosen to lead. Money flows to me easily. I am done playing small. This ends with me rich. Period. The voice that speaks wins. The cure is speed. Don't think, move. Don't wait, create. Don't hesitate, execute. Even one micro action can break the spell of doubt. 5. Visualize completion, not struggle. Most people visualize the battle. You must visualize the win. Close your eyes and see the contract signed, the bank account full, the client saying yes, the freedom day arrived. Burn the image into your nervous system. Let your subconscious lock it in, and doubt will no longer have space to breathe. Every time you silence doubt, you build faith, and faith is the fuel of attraction. Faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. Faith is what magnetizes wealth when logic says it's impossible. Doubt may knock, but it never gets to move in. Not in your mind, not in your voice, not in your life. You've come too far to fall now. Kill the voice or lose the vision. The choice is yours. Freedom is not the absence of structure. Freedom is the reward of discipline. The lie they sold you is that wealth means doing what you want, whenever you want. But the truth, the most successful, the most fulfilled, the most free people in the world are the most disciplined. They master their mornings. They honor their time. They build habits like fortresses. They execute without needing motivation, because they don't move based on how they feel. They move based on who they are becoming. Why discipline attracts wealth? Your subconscious is always watching. When you do what you said you'd do, even when it's hard, you prove that you can be trusted with more ideas, more opportunities, more influence, more money. Discipline is self-respect in motion, and self-respect is the magnet for high-level success. Want to become magnetic to money? Do this. 1. Design your day to reflect wealth before the money arrives. Morning routine that energizes and aligns you. Daily planning that honors your goals. Time blocks that focus your execution. You don't wing it your way to millions. 2. Honor small promises. Every time you say you'll do something and don't, your confidence erodes. But every time you follow through, no matter how small, you become stronger. Start with what's in front of you. Finish the book. Make the call. Clean the space. Deliver on time. Tiny wins stack into massive wealth. 3. Master repetition without boredom. Wealth doesn't come from doing something new every day. It comes from doing the right things over and over. Post, pitch, create, improve, repeat. While others get distracted by novelty, you'll become rich off reliability. 4. Keep score. Track everything. What you did, what worked, what moved the needle. Wealthy people don't hope they're progressing. They measure it. 5. Do it even when you don't feel like it. Feelings are unreliable. They swing. They lie. They fade. But discipline decides. Get up. Do the work. Execute the plan. Because real freedom is doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't want to do it. You say you want to be rich. Prove it. With your habits. With your schedule. With your consistency. With the way you show up when no one's clapping. This is the unglamorous truth. The bridge between your current life and the rich one you want is discipline. You've built the mindset. You've started the motion. You've silenced doubt and embraced discipline. But now, you need a reason. Because money without meaning will always leave you empty. And discipline without direction will eventually run dry. Purpose is what keeps you moving when the applause stops. Purpose is what makes you dangerous to mediocrity. Purpose is the invisible force behind unstoppable wealth. The richest people on earth are purpose-driven. Look closely. Run out to Chepline Earth are purpose-driven. Look closely. Run out to Chepline Earth are purpose-driven. Run out to Chepline Earth are purpose-driven. You need skybal to eyes. You needable thori a pedjirain in one you touring. That if you want, the power for his people. It sharpens your no. It amplifies your yes. It gives your grind a soul. How to find your purpose-driven path to wealth. You don't find your purpose in a book. You remember it by going inside. Ask, run out to noon. What breaks your heart? What lights you up? What injustice makes you angry? What would you still fight for if no one ever clapped? That's the seed. Now plant it in your work. Let it shape your voice. Let it fuel your brand. Let it guide your message, your moves, your model. Align wealth with impact. You're not just here to get rich. You're here to become someone powerful enough to change the world around you. Your money is a tool, a microphone, a magnifier. The more aligned you are, the faster the money comes. Because energy flows where intention is clear. Without purpose, you burn out. Without purpose, it's just grind. Empty hustle, pointless flexing, a never-ending treadmill of more, with no fulfillment. But with purpose, every dollar has a mission, every goal has meaning, every sacrifice becomes sacred. This is the truth the world won't tell you. Money is not the final goal. Money is the fuel for the mission. And when your mission is powerful, when your cause is righteous, when your heart is aligned with impact, the universe conspires, people respond, doors unlock, wealth moves, because now you're not just a success story, you're a vessel, a force, a movement, and money loves motion with meaning. You want to be rich? Good, but here's the part they don't put in the highlight reels. You can't keep your old life and build a new one. You can't stay comfortable and become legendary. You can't take everything with you. To rise, you must release. To evolve, you must eliminate. To attract wealth at the highest level, you must make space by sacrificing what no longer serves the future version of you. Here's the real cost of wealth. It's not just the work, it's what you must walk away from. You must give up comfort. Comfort is the graveyard of greatness. The world will try to seduce you with ease. Take a break. Slow down. You've earned it. But comfort will rob you of your momentum. Get used to choosing growth over ease, clarity over convenience, legacy over laziness. Every rich person you admire has bled for it, sacrificed for it, walked alone for it. So will you. 2. You must let go of approval. You can't be rich and be liked by everyone. People will misunderstand you, mock your ambition, question your grind, call you selfish for breaking the mold. Let them. You weren't born to fit in. You were born to break generational curses. Stop asking broke people for permission to be wealthy. 3. You must sacrifice distractions. Endless scrolling, gossip and drama, parties with no purpose, friends with no direction. Cut it. Not because you're better than anyone, but because you're becoming someone most people never will. Distraction is the tax you pay for a life you don't want. You can't afford it anymore. 4. You must leave behind the old you. This is the hardest one. Because the person you've been, the patterns you've repeated, the story you've told yourself, they've kept you alive. but they won't make you rich. To become wealthy, you must bury the version of you that plays small, the voice that says, I'm not ready, the habits that scream, I'm afraid, the identity that was built in survival mode. You must grieve the old life and step fully into the new one before it shows up. There is no success without sacrifice, no next level without letting go of this one, no expansion without elimination. This is the price, and most won't pay it. But you're still listening, still walking, still rising, so I know what that means. You're one of the few, the chosen, the ones who looked at everything they might lose and still said, let it go, I'm becoming rich anyway. Now we move forward, lighter, sharper, clearer than ever, because the space you just cleared is exactly where the money is going to land. Look around, look at your text messages, look at your group chats, look at your dinner table, look at the voices that speak into your ears, because this is the law. You are becoming the average of the 5 loudest energies in your life, not the 5 smartest, not the 5 richest, not the 5 kindest, the 5 most consistent voices shaping your thoughts, emotions, actions, and standards. Wealth is contagious, so is mediocrity, and the question is, what are you catching? Energy is transferable. Every conversation is a transfer of frequency. When you talk to people who believe in abundance, your standards rise. When you hang with victims and complainers, your courage shrinks. When you're surrounded by boldness, you move faster. When you're surrounded by fear, you hesitate. It's not personal, it's physics. So if your circle isn't evolving, expanding, building, and believing, you're not in a circle, you're in a cage. How to upgrade your environment? No excuses. 1. Audit your inner circle. Who pours into you? Who drains you? Who challenges you? Who limits you? Make a fearless list. Be honest. Not everyone can come with you. Some people are chapters. You're a whole new book. 2. Curate your content. Your social feed is a mental diet. Follow millionaires, thinkers, innovators. Unfollow gossip, fearmongers, distraction. If you can't find a mentor in real life, follow one in the digital world until you're in rooms where they know your name. 3. Join higher-level rooms. Get around people who make you uncomfortable in a good way. Pay to be in the mastermind. Volunteer for the event. Attend the seminar. Offer value to the one ahead of you. Proximity is powerful, and you don't need to be perfect to enter. Just willing, just humble, just hungry. 4. Let people go without bitterness. Some people will feel threatened by your growth. They'll mock your vision. They'll say you've changed. And guess what? You have, and that's the point. Don't beg them to stay. Bless them and move on. The fastest way to get rich? Get around people who make rich decisions. Let their language stretch you. Let their habits challenge you. Let their belief system infect you like fire. Because when you change your circle, you change your ceiling. And when you stop tolerating low-energy environments, you send a message to the universe. I'm done playing small. Put me in the room with giants. And the universe will respond. You've shifted your thinking. You've upgraded your circle. You've made sacrifices and taken aligned action. But if you're not careful, you'll start checking your bank account every 5 minutes, looking for evidence, looking for signs, looking for speed, and when it doesn't show up on your timeline, you'll start to doubt. You'll say, Rana Rendit, maybe this isn't for me, maybe I'm not chosen, maybe I should just be realistic. Stop. You're not failing. You're becoming, and becoming takes time. The law of gestation. Every dream has a season. Every seed takes time to root, grow, and rise. You don't plant a seed and scream at the dirt. You water it. You trust the process. You protect the soil even when there's no sign. That's the law of becoming. That's the discipline of patience under pressure. You are being built in the dark so you can shine in the light. How to stay grounded when results are delayed. 1. Fall in love with the process. Don't just chase outcomes. Build routines that you love. Get addicted to effort, not applause. Find pride in showing up daily, rich or not, because the results are guaranteed if you don't quit. 2. Measure progress, not just profits. Are you more disciplined? Are your thoughts sharper? Is your circle better? Are your habits stronger? Are you attracting new ideas? That's growth, and growth compounds. The money is a side effect of who you're becoming. 3. Use delay as refinement. The longer it takes, the stronger you become. Every no is building your character. Every delay is making you lethal. Every obstacle is sharpening your edge. When you finally rise, you won't just be rich, you'll be unshakable. 4. Anchor yourself in purpose. The vision is bigger than money. It's legacy, it's impact. It's proving to yourself and everyone watching that you were born to break the mold. Let that keep you moving when motivation fades. You're not running out of time. You're aligning with it. You're not being punished by delay. You're being forged by it. This isn't failure. This is foundation. Your breakthrough has a date, but it won't arrive early for the impatient, and it won't stick with the unprepared. So stop watching the clock. Keep your eyes on the vision. Keep your hands on the craft. Keep your heart in the mission. You are not just attracting money. You are becoming the person worthy of holding it. And when that version of you is complete, nothing will be able to stop what's coming next. You've done the work. You've rewired your mind. You've sacrificed. You've aligned your environment. You've acted. You've endured the pressure of patience. Now it's time to activate the one force that makes it all unshakable: faith. Not religion, not wishful thinking, not superstition, but unbreakable inner certainty, the kind that says, I can't see it yet, but I know it's already mine. Faith is not optional. It's the fuel. Every great creator, every legendary thinker, every wealthy soul that changed the world, they didn't wait for proof. They moved in spite of the unknown. They believed when there was no reason to believe. They acted when the world said, that's crazy. Faith is the bridge between the invisible and the inevitable. You don't get to attract miracles and walk in fear. You don't get to call yourself rich and doubt every step. You either believe or you don't, and the universe responds accordingly. How to build relentless faith. 1. Feed it daily. Faith is a fire, and fires die without fuel. Fuel it with affirmations that declare the outcome is already done. Visualization so vivid your body feels it's real. Environments that reflect your next level, not your current one. Testimonies of people who have done what you're doing. Let their belief sharpen yours. If you really believed the money was coming, how would you speak? How would you walk? What would you wear? How would you serve? Do that now. Don't wait for results to shift into alignment. Let your identity shift, and results will follow. 3. Detach from the how. Your job is belief. The universe's job is delivery. You don't need to know every step. You need to trust that steps will appear as you move. Clarity comes from commitment, not from overthinking. Speak to the storm. When fear shows up, when doubt knocks again, when the vision looks impossible, speak louder. I was made for this. Everything is working for my good. Wealth flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. Delay is not denial. I am on time. I trust the process, and the outcome is inevitable. Faith isn't silent. Faith speaks. Faith removes resistance. Faith amplifies attraction. Faith turns time into your ally. The bigger your belief, the faster the manifestation. You're not here to crawl into success. You're here to leap into alignment and fly on the wings of unwavering certainty. You want to know the secret to getting rich? It's this. Change the way you think. Feel the wealth now. Move like it's already yours. And never ever stop believing, because the world doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you believe is yours. And when your belief is locked in, when your vibration is pure, when your discipline matches your desire, when your purpose fuels your action, the universe has no choice but to obey. You are no longer chasing wealth. You are becoming it. Remember this. The power to attract money was never outside of you. It's always been within, waiting to be activated. So take this knowledge, turn it into power, turn it into movement, turn it into your new normal. This is not the end. This is your beginning. You are rich, you are ready, and your time is now. Not just at the end of this video, but at the edge of your old life. You've walked through fire. You've torn down limiting beliefs. You've stared into the mirror and met your future self. Now comes the real decision. Will you go back to thinking like everyone else? Or will you rise mind first and step into a life of wealth, built by design? Because the truth you've been given isn't entertainment. It's not a motivational high. It's not a feel-good message. It is a formula, a system, a universal principle passed from generation to generation, carried by visionaries, teachers, thinkers, and brought to life by those few who dared to believe. And now it's yours. That wealth begins in the mind, not in the market, not in the economy, not in your job title. It begins with thought. And what is a thought? It is a command, a frequency, a signal that echoes beyond your brain into your subconscious, into your emotions, into your energy, and into the universe itself. Thought is the blueprint, belief is the architect, action is the builder, and wealth is the result. You've been taught to hustle, to grind, to sacrifice your soul for scraps. But now you know better. You know that when you change your thoughts, you change your emotions. When you change your emotions, you change your actions. And when your actions align with your vision, money comes. Money must come. And still, you will be tested. You'll feel the pull of old thinking. You'll hear the voice that whispers, it's not working. You're not ready. You don't have what it takes. But that voice is not your truth. That voice is a program. It's the echo of generations who lived in fear, not freedom. People who survived instead of soared. You are not here to survive. You are here to break the chain, to be the first. The one they talk about at family gatherings. The one who turned everything around. The one who looked at their bank account, their job, their environment, and said, this ends with me. You are the breaker of cycles, the creator of legacy, the architect of a new normal, and it doesn't start tomorrow. It starts now. So I ask you, will you trust this power? Will you live it? Not just today, but every day. Will you remind yourself morning and night that you are worthy of wealth, that you are capable of creation, that the universe responds to you? Because the moment you start walking like wealth is yours, it begins walking toward you. Voiceover shifts, rising again. You've learned about the law of attraction. You've studied the teachings of Napoleon Hill. You've been given the blueprint. But the final step, the one that makes this real, is decision. A decision to think differently, to feel differently, to act differently, to move with faith, not fear. Because as Hill taught us, faith is the head chemist of the mind. Faith is the glue. Faith is the fire. Faith is the force that bends reality. You've done the work. Now the question is, will you live it? Most people never choose. They drift. They repeat. They recycle the same fears, the same habits, the same stories, and wonder why nothing changes. But not you. You're not here to repeat. You're here to reinvent. You're here to rewire a mind that was shaped by limitation and turn it into a magnet for wealth, opportunity, and power. You've learned that money is not a miracle. It's a response to your frequency, to your belief, to your clarity. Money is not emotional. It doesn't care where you started. It doesn't care about your excuses. It responds to alignment. When your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions align with abundance, money appears. But here's what they don't tell you. The law doesn't care what you want. The law only cares what you expect. Expectation is the activator, not begging, not wishing, not even working harder than everyone else. You can grind all day in the wrong frequency and never move an inch, but shift your internal state, and suddenly, miracles feel like math. This is the missing piece. This is why people fail to manifest. They say, I want wealth, but they expect struggle. They say, I am abundant, but they feel fear in their body. You can't lie to the universe. You can't fake the vibration. So what's the answer? You become the vibration. You become the version of you who is already wealthy, and then you walk like it, talk like it, move like it, give like it, create like it, and in time, reality has no choice but to catch up. Let's get something clear. You were not born to chase money. You were born to attract it by the power of who you decide to become. And now you've seen what's possible. You've touched the truth. You're not a victim. You're a magnet. You're not a struggler. You're a signal. You're not trying to get rich. You're becoming a rich thinker, which means wealth must follow. It's law. There's something deeper you need to hear. You were never supposed to just make money. You were meant to leave a mark, to shift your bloodline, to build something your children's children will feel, to create freedom, not just for you, but for everyone who ever came after you. This isn't about flexing. This isn't about cars or status or clout. This is about breaking curses. This is about building bridges. This is about becoming the version of you the world has been waiting for, and it starts where it always has, in the mind. Your mind is the starting point of every fortune. Napoleon Hill said it clearly. The subconscious mind will translate into reality a thought driven by faith. That means this: if you feed your mind the same struggle, the same fear, the same doubt, you'll keep recreating what you hate. But if you start feeding it vision, if you start planting thoughts of abundance, if you start expecting greatness instead of failure, everything will begin to move. Not just your income, not just your results, but your identity, your direction, your relationships, your environment. Because when the mind transforms, your life must follow. So what now? Now you become obsessed, not with results, but with the person you are becoming. You ask yourself daily, who am I when no one's watching? What do I believe about wealth? Am I still thinking like the old me or the version of me that already has it? What am I tolerating that the rich version of me would never accept? Where am I hiding from my own greatness? These aren't feel-good questions. These are the tools of transformation. Because the moment you stop tolerating poverty in your thoughts, you stop attracting it in your life. Now the path is clear. You've been handed the truth, the principle, the code. All that remains is how seriously you take it. The mind is the switch. The belief is the current. The action is the conductor. The result is inevitable. You are no longer the same. Let's bring it into focus. Let's take this truth and burn it into your memory. Your outer world is a mirror, a reflection of your inner world. So if you want to shift your finances, stop looking at your bills and start looking at your beliefs. If you want more money, stop asking how and start asking who you need to become. If you want to live like the top 1%, stop moving like the 99%. It all begins with the way you think, and when that shifts permanently, deliberately, powerfully, the money will follow. Now let's talk alignment, because that's where most people fall off. They hear this, they get fired up, they feel unstoppable, until life hits them in the mouth, until the money doesn't come fast enough, until someone says no, until a bill shows up, until fear creeps back in, and they go right back to the old frequency. That's not you. You've come too far for that. Here's what aligned wealth thinking looks like. You think abundance no matter what the account balance says. You speak wealth even when surrounded by poverty. You carry confidence before anyone else believes in you. You act with precision when no one is clapping for you. You give value before the paycheck arrives. You walk in faith while others beg for proof, because faith is the currency and certainty is the vibration. When you expect money like you expect the sun to rise, the universe moves faster. You must walk differently now. You must wake up like someone who's already free. Think like someone who has already made it. Move like someone who's already wealthy. This is not faking it. This is not delusion. This is creation. This is alignment. This is the vibration that bends reality. The question is no longer, can I become rich? The question is, can I hold the identity long enough for the world to catch up? Because if you do, nothing can stop you. Let's go even deeper. Because this moment, this shift, it isn't just about you. It's about everyone connected to your name. When you change your mindset, you change your bloodline. When you shift from poverty thinking to abundance vibration, you rewrite the story for generations you will never meet. Your children won't have to recover from survival mode. Your family won't have to beg, borrow, or settle. You'll be the first name in the line that flipped the script. They will say, that's the one who broke the curse. That's the one who thought differently. That's the one who dared to believe when no one else did. You will not be forgotten. Because legacy doesn't begin with money. Legacy begins with mindset. So ask yourself, what if the entire future of your family tree is hanging on your thoughts today? What if the next $1 million idea, the next door, the next relationship, the next breakthrough is just waiting on you to become the version of you that thinks like it's already done? This isn't about ego. This is about assignment. You were assigned to this era, this time, this calling, and it all starts with the choice to rewire the system that was downloaded into you before you could speak. You've done it. You've stayed present. You've soaked in the truth. You've absorbed the wisdom. But now you must decide if this video becomes a memory or a movement. If it becomes motivation you forget tomorrow, or a mission you carry until your last breath. Because the world needs you rich, not just for the car, not for the watch, but for the power. The power to choose, the power to lead, the power to give, the power to build. Do not walk away from this video the same. Do not slip back into thinking like the version of you that was scared, broke, or small. You've seen too much, heard too much, felt too much. You've been awakened, and once you awaken, you don't go back. Now it's time. Time to accept who you really are. Time to walk as the one who knows the truth, not the one who hopes it works. Time to shed the old skin, the old story, the old excuses, the old energy. You've been given the keys. Don't die at the gate. Don't be the person who heard the law, felt the shift, but never moved on it. You're not watching this by accident. This wasn't just a video. It was a spiritual assignment. Something inside of you knew it was time. Time to rise. Time to remember. Time to become. You are the creator of your financial reality. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not behind. You are exactly where you're meant to be, holding the exact wisdom you were meant to hear, at the exact moment your soul was finally ready to receive. No more doubt. No more waiting. No more survival mode. This is your era. This is your identity. This is your wealth season. And it starts the moment you stop waiting for permission and walk like it's already yours. Let your thoughts reflect abundance. Let your habits match wealth. Let your expectations scream success. Let your emotions overflow with gratitude. Let your vibration anchor in the frequency of already done, because you've already received it. You just need to catch up to it. Before we close, take one last breath, in through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. Let the old thoughts go. Let the small version of you fall away. Let fear exit your body like smoke leaving fire. You're not who you were when this video started. You're reborn, rewired, rebuilt. You are ready, and the universe is listening. And now, we seal it. We lock in the truth. We ignite the power. We anchor the vibration that will carry you from this moment into every miracle that's been waiting for your alignment. This isn't the end of a video. This is the beginning of a new identity. You are now a wealthy thinker, and because of that, money has no choice but to move in your direction. You are now a match for abundance, a magnet for opportunity, a leader of legacy, a student of universal law, a soldier of belief, and a builder of a new world. Because when you change the way you think, you don't just attract money, you attract power, you attract peace, you attract purpose, you attract the life you were born to live. Let this be the moment they remember, the day everything shifted, the hour you snapped the chain, the second you stood in front of your past and said, you don't define me anymore. From here forward, every breath you take affirms the truth. I am rich in mind, I am rich in spirit, I am rich in action, and now I become rich in reality. Voiceover slows, reverent. To those who doubted you, let your results speak louder than your defense. To the younger version of you, let your wealth be the apology and the reward. Let your mind be the evidence that belief is the most powerful force on earth. You are no longer asking the universe for a breakthrough. You are the breakthrough. You are no longer praying for freedom. You are the frequency that manifests it. You are no longer dreaming of change. You are becoming the change. This is the Hill Code. This is your new blueprint. This is how you build wealth with your thoughts, your faith, and your fire. So go now and attract what's already yours.